Another patch update has dropped in Satisfactory, including an upload by the development team. And here on this channel, we cover all Satisfactory news, updates, and announcements. First, I'm aware of this, a Satisfactory bundle. I will be making a separate video talking about this, however, since it seems rather interesting. Regardless, let's get straight into update 1.1.1.2. This really is a small update. We've got a few things talking about the Steam Deck bug fixes, narrative, optimization, and localization too, but it's nothing compared to the amount of bug fixes that they added in both of these videos that I made. Starting with the Steam Deck, they've added support for the Steam Virtual Keyboard and Steam Deck and Steam OS. Here's a picture of the Steam Deck in case anyone's wondering. Moving on, let's talk about the bug fixes now, where there's a potential fix for the null PTR crash when closing the game, which is fantastic. Unfortunately, it's just a potential fix, so maybe in updates 1.1.1.3 that would confirm the fix, but regardless, that's a good start. They've also fixed a crash related to the FG background thread, FG standing for factory game. They've also got a fix for the crash on specific saves that had faulty blueprints using the auto-connected conveyor belt during a previous update during experimental. So they are still fixing things to do with experimental, and of course the blueprint auto-connect, which has been having some problems over the last month or so. So it's good that they are still addressing that. But judging by that message, not everyone's had this problem, so if you have had this problem, then check your game today or check it tomorrow whenever you can, because they might have been able to fix it, which of course is fantastic. Now let's move on to the narrative, where they've improved subtitle timings for the Elevada messages, and optimization as well. They've optimized static UI function calls, which I believe is like a user-triggered event that could also be relating to the previous message there as well, so that's always a nice change. Lastly, for localization, they've got several fixes for namespace issues and untranslatable text, as well as an updated community translated languages with the latest translations. They always do this, and it's fantastic to see. They've also updated the language completion rate, and they've also updated the credits there as well. This is one of the smallest patch notes we've had in a while, which, like I previously touched upon, isn't necessarily a bad thing. It just means that there's less problems to fix. Of course, if you guys do run into any problems, I will leave a link in the pinned message, but basically if you go over to the Satisfactory Q&A site, you can leave a comment stating what bug you've occurred. Maybe it's not even a bug, maybe it's from your end, but if you think it's a bug, do leave it in the comments over there, just so that they're aware that the problem exists. However, we're not done there just yet, because like I mentioned towards the introduction of today's video, the Coffee Stain Studio development team, the people that made Satisfactory, also released a video on their channel a while back, and it's this video right here, where essentially they say that they're going on vacation, but they also touch upon another couple points as well, which I do want to try and mention in today's video. I was going to cover it in a separate video, but I thought today was probably a better opportunity to do so. Very first thing that they address is that they are going on vacation, and I'm not remotely surprised, because in one of my most recent videos I literally started off by saying this. It's that time of year again where Satisfactory updates and news start to slow down as summer vacation starts to kick in. Mikhail, the man that you see in the video, then starts to talk about some of the issues that they are having in the game, about bugs and other things like that. Again, I've literally just talked about it as well. If you've got bugs, report it on the Satisfactory Q&A site, but from what I can see, the majority of the 1.1 experimental bugs have now been ironed out over the last couple of months, which is great to see.
Of course, we also have eyes on the issues people are reporting for 1.1 on our platform since the game did hit live. We have a few bugs regarding the blueprint autoconnect issue. We have feedback regarding the vertical splitters and mergers, stuff like the 1 meter alignment being very obnoxious when you try to align these mergers and splitters with machines. Straight belt bugs on foundations, you know, sometimes straight belts end up not being straight anymore depending on if you meet a certain few conditions as you build on foundations, etc. We have eyes on these bugs, and we are aiming to work on these and fix them as soon as possible.
So let's talk a little bit more about vacation times. Mikhail confirms that there won't really be too much more content now between July and early August, which is fair enough. I mean, the developers are human as well, so they deserve their break. And if Satisfactory was in a state where I feel like the game's completely unplayable, there's too many bugs, then it might be a different story, but as of right now, I feel like the game is pretty much completely fine, so a break is completely justified. They've smashed it this year, and a break's definitely deserved. But here's the clip of Mikhail talking a bit more about that.
July and August will be very slow or even have complete standstill periods when it comes to development of Satisfactory, and that includes community. Our video cadence will be going on a short break. You will most likely not see any videos aside from this one in July or early August, and streams will also be infrequent. We'll kind of play it by ear in July and do just what feels right.
Lastly, we've got console, and like I keep on saying, whenever we get an official release date about console, I will make a video talking about it. So it will most likely be a video titled Satisfactory Console Release Date, something like that. So if you guys are subscribed, you don't have to be, of course, but if you are subscribed with your notifications turned on and you get that in your sub box, it's good news, because then we've got the release date being confirmed. But regardless, it is pretty awesome. Again, Mikhail just talk a little bit more about it, so I'll let the clip play.
Satisfactory for consoles is now wishlistable on both... Wishlistable? Is that a verb? It is now wishlistable on both Xbox and PS5's store pages. These pages went live together with the launch of 1.1. We know that there were some incorrect dates being shown on some of these pages for when the game was supposed to release on consoles. They should be gone now, these dates, because they were wholly incorrect, and honestly, we don't really have any clue where these came from. We do want to apologize for any confusion these dates may have caused. They should be gone, they were incorrect, but the game on consoles is still very much aimed to release sometime in 2025.
I know I've mentioned this before, especially on my live streams, but I am a massive console fan. In fact, the only games that I really play on PC as of right now is Age of Empires and Satisfactory. Every other game I play on console. It just so happens that the one game I play on PC is the game that I stream and the game that I'm currently loving the most. So, console news is pretty cool, and I'm very excited about that. It's most likely going to come out in update 1.2, which is rather exciting. So sometime this year, fingers crossed, but you never know. Here's my prediction. October of this year. October 16th, I don't know, just a random date there, but that's my random guess. Completely, like, zero facts behind it, just a lucky guess. So in today's video, we've talked about update 1.1.1.2 and Satisfactory moving forward over the next couple of months. I've made quite a few videos similar to this, so I'd like your feedback. Do you guys enjoy videos like this? I know the patch notes at the minute don't contain that much information, but from the feedback that I've seen, people seem to still be enjoying them. If you don't want me to cover it, do generally let me know in the comments down below, but if you would like me to keep on covering things like the patch notes, issues, bugs, and basically all Satisfactory news, definitely do let me know in the comments down below, because I'm still really enjoying making videos like this, but it's difficult to know sometimes if you guys are enjoying watching them. If I've missed anything, do let me know in the comments down below, and yes, I will be covering that Satisfactory bundle in another video coming out probably within the next week or so. But regardless, thank you very much for watching, liking, and subscribing. Have an amazing rest of your day, and remember, Godspeed and goodbye.